tun da wajen kokowa ne to ga ta nan dai ga ta nan fa ga ta nan ku ga ta nan ku fa to ga ta nan dai ga ta nan kowa ya murda kowa mai ƙarfi da mai wayo yake ya rama yake ya rama Ali zuma ɗan yago Ali sa kama da alkhairi bayan kana national chairman kuma an ƙara ma mu
Some traditional sport for you there to have a look at what is happening in the world of sport. This is the Sport on Trust TV. I am Adini Ajishafe. It's time to look at those activities in the world of sport, where we have to look at what happened during the week and also event for this weekend. We just have to start with that particular traditional sport. We'll let you know that really a lot of traditional sportsmen and women are doing well when it comes to that particular showcase there. Now, we start with the event that happened during the week. Let's quickly review all the activities that happened during the week. Those ones that actually made headlines. We start with IMC, Interim Management Committee, put NPFL fixtures adjustments on hold due to the incessant request for adjustments of matches in the Nigerian Professional Football League. The IMC deemed fit to quickly nip it in the bud by allowing, at least making that particular rule that they will no longer accept that coming from the head office, talking about the NFF. Well, let's look at the IMF orders now, where they actually indefinitely, due to raft of requests for fixtures rescheduling by a number of Nigerian Premier Football League clubs. The Interim Management Committee says further approvals have been frozen indefinitely. Consequent of the directive from the NFF, there will be no more scheduling of matches, either for political or logistics reasons. The fixtures has to be strictly adhered to. The circular informed the clubs. It went on to explain that the directive is in response to a chaotic demand for fixture changes that, if not checked, could undermine the values of the league. Clubs have therefore been advised to do their utmost to meet up with their upcoming fixtures. Well, that's coming from the IMC there, talking to all the NPFL clubs to make sure they adhere to the rules and regulation of making sure they host their matches, whatever they are going to be hosting. Well, right now, that's the first story we looked at, talking about what happened during the week. I'm still talking about that. Let's look at NFF. NFF also, they met with NIDA, that is Nigeria, National Information Technology Development Agency, to see how they can develop e-football in Nigeria. NFF seeks partnership with National Information Technology Development Agency, or e-football development. This particular sport will earn Nigeria a lot if we really venture into it. And that's why NFF President, alongside the General Secretary and also NFF Board Member Aisha Fallo, they met with NIDA DG for them to talk about how they can better the lot of e-football in Nigeria. It would be very nice if we can develop e-football and make sure a lot of youths out there actually go into the sport of e-football, and really it will earn us a lot of money. According to NIDA, they will work hand in hand with the Nigerian Football Federation to get it right when it comes to e-football. Really, a lot of youths that cannot play it on the pitch can at least play with their, talking about their computer, talking about their mouse or their pad rather there. Well, from there, let's quickly move on to talk about another one that happened during the week. Well, when it comes to record-breaking, Barcelona Femeni, that's the women team of Barcelona, they were able to do well, making it 50 straight league win. For the first time in the history of football, no team has ever done that. Asisat Oshoala, first-half hat-trick of the season, inspired Barcelona to world record feat after the team called Barcelona Femeni were able to do it, winning 50 straight matches, beating the record of Arsenal. And right now, our own Nigeria ladies star, talking about Asisat Oshoala, scored a hat-trick in that particular game, and they were able to make it 50 matches, straight win for that club. That's a world record for the Barcelona ladies right now, who are really smiling for the fact that they were able to do this. And you just have to appreciate what they've done, because really they've done it in style, winning 50 straight matches with our own Asisat Oshoala among the scorer. In fact, she scored a hat-trick in that game. And still looking at the event that happened during the week, let's talk about UEFA. Recently, Chelsea signed some players, and among them is Modric, who actually signed about 8 years and a half deal with Chelsea. And a lot of clubs are beginning to actually complain that that particular loophole is a loophole coming from UEFA fair play, and now UEFA to close loophole in financial fair play rules used by Chelsea to sign players on long-term contract. Chelsea saw that and they were able to use it, and right now UEFA will do everything possible to quickly tighten the rope against other clubs not to follow suit in copying Chelsea by giving players long-term contract, the likes of Modric, and we even saw Noni Madueke signing a 5 years deal there, Modric signing 8.5 years, and that won't stand with UEFA. So they will do everything possible quickly, making a move to make sure everything goes well by allowing that particular loophole to stop so that other clubs won't take advantage of it. Well, from there, we're just giving you all the activities of stories that make headlines during the week there when it comes to 360 Sport. Now, let's quickly look at events that are meant for this weekend. We talk about football, tennis, and all that. But right now, let's start with tennis. Two ladies will be fighting for honors, talking about Australia Open Women's Final. Elena Rybakina to face Arina Sabalenka. Rybakina is from Kazakhstan, while Sabalenka is from Belarus, and both of them will be fighting in the final of Melbourne over there in Australia. They will be playing, both of them will be fighting really to see who will win this particular battle. Now, if you look at, let's take a look at Rybakina's run to the final of this particular competition. At the first round, she beat Kosiareto 7-5, 6-3. Second round, she defeated Juvan 6-2, 6-1, Colin 6-2, 6-2. And you have, she actually defeated Iga Swiatek, who was actually touted to be the one to win this competition. But Rybakina defeated 6-4, 6-4, and you have defeating Ostapenko Yelena 6-2, 6-4, and also she defeated Victoria Azarenka 7-6, 7-4, 6-3. Now let's look at Sabalenka's run to the final too. You have in the first round she defeated Martinkova 6-1, 6-4. In the second round it was Roja, she defeated 6-3, 6-1. Martin 6-2, 6-1. She defeated Bencic 7-5, 6-2, where she also also did well against Vekic 6-3, 6-2, and Lynette 7-6, 7-1, 6-2. Both of them will be fighting for honors today in the Australia Open final. Let's look at the head-to-head of the two players. The head-to-head right now, if you look at the way it is, Rybakina versus Sabalenka, a tough one right now. Rybakina have won Grand Slam, 11 titles for Sabalenka, where Rybakina actually have 3. And from the way it is right now, 3 times they've met, where Sabalenka have actually triumphed there. Well, that would not change the situation, because today's game will actually determine who plays best or smart most will be the one to win between Sabalenka and also Rybakina there, the Kazakh and also the Belarusian lady will fighting for honor in that particular sport of tennis. Australia Open final for women. Well, for the men, it's Novak Djokovic who will be fighting against Stefanos Tsitsipas there. Novak Djokovic beats Tommy Paul, while Stefanos Tsitsipas see off Karen Khachanov to book final for the men's version of Australia Open. Well, the battle is on. That will be coming up on Sunday. Well, who will win this particular game between Novak, who right now is really trying to upstage him, at least upstage Roger Federer, and also not forgetting Rafael Nadal to make it 23 for himself. From the way it is, attention tips toward Novak Djokovic, but anything can happen when it comes to sport. Stefanos Tsitsipas will not be sleeping. He will also give up a very good fight against Novak Djokovic. Giving you update concerning the Australian Open, where the games will be on for women between Sabalenka and Rybakina today, while for the men, Djokovic versus Tsitsipas will be coming up on Sunday. Well, the men's double and also the women's double will also be coming up. A good one there for those that love tennis. Let's go to the NBA now. Let's talk about basketball, where games will be played, and also some have been played today. Yes, while you were sleeping, some basketball will actually play their trip over there in USA. We quickly look at the NBA result as we give you those results right now. Let's look at NBA result that will actually play earlier today. Milwaukee Bucks, they score 141 against Indiana Pacers, where Antetokounmpo scored 41 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists for Milwaukee Bucks, where we have McConnell scoring 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists for Indiana Pacers in that game that they lost against Milwaukee Bucks. You have Memphis Grizzlies, 100 points against Minnesota Timberwolves, actually got 111, 11 points ahead. You have Jai Morant, who scored 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists to add up. And you have Edwards scoring 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists for Minnesota Timberwolves. Orlando Magic, 105 against Miami Heat, who won by extra 5 points, scoring 110. And you have Wagner scoring 90 points, alongside 19 points, 6 rebounds. Jimmy Butler scoring 29 points for Miami Heat there. Good one for Butler. They won that game, and he had 6 rebounds and 6 assists. Cleveland Cavaliers, they lost that game by 12 points rather. 100 against Oklahoma City Thunder, got 112, where Gigios was able to score 35 points and 8 assists. And you have Garland, 31 points, 13 rebounds with 4 assists there. Toronto Raptors, they played against Golden State Warriors. They lost that game 117 against Golden State Warriors. Actually scored 129. Well, you have Van Vliet scoring 28 points, 10 assists. Stephen Curry for Golden State Warriors, he got 35 points, 7 rebounds, and 11 assists. Giving you update concerning the NBA, where games were played. The likes of Stephen Curry doing well, and just have to appreciate the likes of Gigios, Butler, not forgetting Edwards, Jai Morant, Antetokounmpo, all scoring well for their clubs. Giving you update there. Now, if we look at games will also be coming up on Sunday when it comes to the NBA. Let's give you those games that will be coming up on Sunday. good one there. So many games will be at least be slated for Sunday there. If you love NBA, just try and watch those games there. And we earlier gave you the results of matches that have been played earlier on where all the stars showcase their talent. But right now, we need to go on the short break to let you have a feel of some junior golfers out there. If you have kids who actually love to play golf, just encourage them. In fact, any sport that your words really love doing, support them. You never can tell. They could actually become the next star for your family and also for the great country of Nigeria there. We'll be right back after this particular golf timeout.
Matters a lot to don't be too serious with the game. Don't be too careful. Oh, lovely pass. Beautiful. Right.
Welcome back. Still 360 Sport on Trust TV, allowing you to enjoy some golf there. Just junior championship. If you have kids who really love to play, go into golf, encourage them. In fact, in any sport, like I said earlier, let them go into, you never can tell. They can become another star. Well, while we give you all those activities in the world of sport, we talked about the NBA earlier on. We talked about the IMC trying to reduce the incessant requests for schedules of fixtures. And also we mentioned earlier how UEFA trying to tighten the loophole that was actually seen by Chelsea to sign some players there. And also NFL, Nigerian Football Federation, having a pact with NIDA to see how they can better the lot of e-football in Nigeria. All of this we've actually looked on earlier before you join us. Now we continue with CHAN. That is the African Nation Championship taking place over there in Algeria. But right now, CAF rolled out that new prize money for CHAN will be coming out. Instead of formerly it was 1.5 or thereabout, but now it's $2 million. Let's look at CAF increased cash prize by 60%. CAF announced $2 million for the winner of CHAN, as against the $1.250 million that the last winner got. The first runners-up will earn $800,000. Third place team will get $500,000. And the quarterfinalist place team will collect $400,000 there. We're talking about CHAN, good one. From the way it is now, all the teams participating, likes of Ghana, Senegal, Algeria, they will be at least fighting for honors to get at least $2 million there. Senegal and Algeria, they've qualified for the semi-final. Ghana also will be fighting today to see how they can make it, even though Nigeria is not there. We need to give you the update concerning that particular competition taking place in Algeria. Morocco opted out due to diplomatic role with that has to do with a flight issue with Algeria. But right now, some countries have qualified for the semi-final. The likes of Ghana will be fighting hard to see if they can make it to join Senegal and Algeria in the semi-final. Away from that particular CAF story now about CHAN, let's talk about FIFA. FIFA rolled out recently the global report concerning transfers for 2022. And we need to give you all those details that has to do with Nigeria and other countries in the world. Let's start with the fourth report. Actually has to do with Nigeria also. FIFA Global Transfer Report. According to the FIFA Global Transfer Report for 2022, Nigeria has been ranked as the 7th highest exporter of football talent. Nigeria transferred 725 players for $104 million, with 428 players worth $38.3 million. Ghana came second with 515 players for a total value of $17.4 million. Cote d'Ivoire finished third on the continent and ninth overall. Brazil came out top globally, exporting 2,061 players worth $843.2 million, followed by Argentina, who actually exported 1,004 players worth $380 million. France and Great Britain occupied the third and fourth positions, exporting 921 and 848 players respectively, with values of $591.5 million and $249.7 million. Well, talking about FIFA Global Transfer Report there from the way it is, let's still look at the way it is. English clubs spend $1.78 billion on international moves in 2022. Italian clubs actually second on the list, having spent a total of £543 million. The top 10 most expensive moves accounted for 12.5 of the total $5.24 billion spent on transfer fees. 6 of those involved players moving to English clubs, while Aurelien Tchouameni's move from Monaco to Real Madrid was the most expensive. The France midfielder was reported to have moved to a Spanish club in a deal worth 80 million euros plus 20 million euros in add-ons. Manchester United, whose deal for winger Anthony from Ajax, £82 million, and midfielder Casemiro from Real Madrid were third and fourth on the list respectively, were the top spending European clubs. Barcelona second on the list of biggest European spenders, while 5 of the top 7 were Premier League clubs. Liverpool, Newcastle, West Ham, Wolverhampton Wanderers in that pecking order, even including Manchester City. Liverpool signing off striker Darwin Núñez from Benfica for an initial £64 million, which could rise to $85 million with add-ons, was the second most expensive deal, while City's $51.2 million move for Erling Haaland was 7th. Ukraine's Shakhtar Donetsk had the most outgoing with 51 players, leaving following the Russia invasion of their country. A record £2.7 million, which was an increase of 62 million percent rather on the year before, was spent on international transfer in the women's game. That's women's football now. England's Keira Walsh switched to Barcelona from Manchester City for a fee of £400,000, was the most expensive deal in the women's game. In terms of amateur football, almost 50,000 non-professional players joined clubs in other countries in 2022. Ukraine had the most players moving on, with a total of 5,910 transfers because of the country's continued war with Russia. Just giving you the global report from FIFA for 2022. For Nigeria, well, even though we exported a lot of players, what about $104 million? But from the way it is, does that particular amount of money reflect in our league? That's a question we need to ask ourselves, really. If we could make $104 million last season in transfer, about 700 or even more than 700 players. Really, can we say we can feel the effect of such amount of money transferring from hand to hand in Nigerian football? Well, a football there, we need to do this thing clearly. Let's at least look at Brazil, Argentina, England, France, for the way they actually do their own transfer. It's obvious that you can feel the impact of those transfer in their league. But right now, something must be done about our own. We just have to get it right when it comes to doing this business of sport. Sport, as we always say, is business. We need to see it like as that, and that really help Nigeria to make a lot of revenue when it comes to sport, in any sport that we actually venture into. Now, from there, we talked about FIFA now, talking about the all-time record-setting numbers. Now, let's quickly move away as we talk about the NPFL, Nigerian Professional Football League, where is our own. We always want to portray it. We talk about it now. Let's talk about matches will be coming up for this weekend, talking about Group A and Group B. But in Group A, Bende Insurance will be fighting against Remo Stars. In fact, the two clubs right now, they've done so well, winning all the 3 matches they've played so far, having 100%. And you have Eyimba against Kwara United, Akwa United against Plateau United, Nasarawa play away to Gombe, and you have Shooting Stars of Ibadan hosting El Kanemi Warriors. And quickly, let's look at the way the table is before we go to Group B. In Group A now, we have Remo Stars. Remo Stars are topping there. They won all their matches, 9 points, having 5 goal difference, followed by Bende Insurance, although both of them will be fighting for honors also for this weekend. Bende Insurance also, they have 9 points. Akwa United, Plateau United, Eyimba, El Kanemi, Gombe, Kwara, Shooting Stars, and Nasarawa United in that pecking order. They will be fighting for honors. And to let you know that Nasarawa United management and also the coaching crew have been given 3-match ultimatum. They must perform or else they will be booted out, coming from the state government. They are talking about Nasarawa United. Right now, news have it that they will be playing their home matches now in Kaduna, no longer Jos. We wait to see what that will be having for them, if that will actually help them. Giving you Remo Stars, Bende Insurance will be fighting. They will be facing themselves. Bende Insurance will be hosting them at Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium in Benin City. Although those two clubs, they've really performed well this season when it comes to the 3 matches played so far. We'll be coming to that later. But right now, let's look at Group B as events will be unfolding the match day 4 in the NPFL. Dakada FC will be facing Rivers United, while Lobby Stars versus Bayelsa United will also be coming up. You have Niger Tornadoes against Enugu Rangers, Abia Warriors versus Sunshine Stars in Akure. Wiki Toys of Bauchi play host to Doma United. Those are the matches later for this weekend. In Group B, you have the Abridged League for the NPFL. Let's look at the table. The table in Group B as it's standing right now. You have Rivers United. They are topping there. You have Abia Warriors, Niger Tornadoes, Lobby Stars, Dakada. You have Doma United, Bayelsa, Sunshine Stars, Enugu Rangers, and you have Wiki Tories with no point at all after playing 3 matches. For Rivers United, they will be trying to see how they can add more for this weekend. They play away. Abia Warriors, who are trailing them with just a point, 6 points they have 6 and Rivers 7. So Abia, Niger Tornadoes, and Lobby will all be fighting hard to see how they can add more to their tallies. And you have Dakada 4 points, Doma 4 points, and you have Bayelsa, who actually have 4 points also, trying to see how they can add more in that pecking order. Talking about NPFL match day 3 table, although match day 4 will be coming up. We've given you the details concerning those matches. Now, coming back to what I was talking about Bende Insurance versus Remo Stars. The 2 clubs, they've played 3 matches. They are yet to lose. In fact, Remo Stars are yet to concede. And you have Bende Insurance. One particular player of that team, Eserekwe, has done well by scoring all the 3 matches he has played so far. And for the goalkeeper of Remo Stars, Bankole is yet to concede. Is yet to actually allow any goal in to, against Remo Stars. The 2 teams will be fighting for honors this weekend. Right now, we get to that particular part of the show where we allow you to contribute your own quota. Bende Insurance versus Remo Stars. That's the topic we are looking at. For you to call us and let us have your view concerning that particular topic. Bende Insurance versus Remo Stars. Although their performance now Bende Insurance Remo Star performance this season? Is it a flash in the pan or solid preparation? Is it that they will still go down, or they are just trying to show the one we call initial gra in Nigerian parlance? From the way it is, the two clubs really they have done well. No one actually saw that coming. Although Remo Stars did well last season, but Bende Insurance, who just came back to the NPFL right now, are also pulling their weight among the top shots over there in the NPFL. And the two clubs will be fighting. But why they will be fighting for honor, both clubs? Can we say the performance so far right now, is it flash in the pan or solid preparation? Call us. While you are calling, stay away from your TV set and tell us where you are calling from and also your name. We have a caller there. Good to have you.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning. Good to have you.
Mohammed calling from Jos.
Okay, so Mohammed, our regular caller, good to have you on the show.
Thank you very much, Dave. How you folks are?
Good one. Thank you. Work is fine. And you?
Yeah, my own is fine. Alhamdulillah, thank God.
Good one. So, Bende Insurance and Remo Star, so far this season, they've done well. Are you seeing as a flash in the pan? They are really solid.
Yeah, like, if you remember the last season, Bende, that is how Remo Star started. The last season. And they end up getting continental ticket. So I cannot call it the initial gra. If you look at this, it's an average league.
Okay.
No, we don't have more. They don't have. There is no more. There is no marathon league. So I'm seeing one of them qualifying to continental, and they will still challenge for the title too.
Wow, that's a good one there coming from Mohammed from Jos. I want to appreciate you. But really, I know you support Plateau United. What are you expecting from them?
Plateau United. My expectation is at least we should come back with a point in Aqua.
Okay, you are not even going for a win, but at least a draw will be good for you, right?
I want to be very frank and fair. So the way we are playing, I'm not expecting us to beat. I want them playing the final to last week in Jos. Yes, I want their match, so I cannot guarantee Plateau will get a 3-point game. But at least if we are able to play, at least we'll be able to come up with a point at least there.
Okay, good one there. Thank you very much, Mohammed from Jos, for joining us.
Thank you very much. You have a nice day, my brother.
And you too. Yes, you can still join us. The topic is there for you to contribute your own quota. Bende versus Remo Stars will be fighting for honors, but so far, both clubs have done well. It's really that they've been very prepared, or they are just doing the normal IGG, as we call it. Still contributing your own quota on the show. Let's have Ima there. Good to have you. Can you stay away from your TV set? Hello, please stay away from your TV set. Okay, if you are joining us on the show, please stay away from your television for us to hear you clearly. And when you are calling us, tell us your name and where you are calling from. The topic there is Bende Insurance and Remo Stars performance. Flash in the pan or solid preparation. The two clubs will be facing themselves, but really they've done well so far in this competition. Let's have your view concerning this particular topic. Good to have you. You have not done it, you still need to do it, Emmanuel. Please stay away from your TV set until you get it right before we allow you to talk. Stay away from your television so that we can hear you. If you want to hear yourself, that would be nice. While we're talking about this, Nasarawa United will be playing away. Well, according to what we heard, that we'll be playing in Kaduna now, no longer Jos, and they've been given 3-match ultimatum. But if you are joining us, please remember to stay away from your TV set. Bende Insurance, Remo Stars performance so far. They've been fantastic playing away at least 3 matches, and they've won all those matches. And right now, the two teams will also be fighting for honors. But their performance this season has been surprising to a lot of people. Is it that they are well prepared, or they are just doing gra-gra, as you call it? Well, while you're joining us there, remember to stay away from your TV set while we're doing that. Remember that you are on, and we can always hear you when you're talking, so stay away from your television. We're waiting for callers there quickly. We'll be talking about some matches will be coming up in the NPFL. You have Bende Insurance, Remo Stars, Eyimba, Kwara United. All of them will be fighting for honors. Aqua United will be playing host to Plateau United. And earlier on, Mohammed said he wants Plateau to at least get a point. Where he's not too sure if they'll be able to win that game, but he's hoping that they can get a draw over there in the match will now be coming up in Eket, no longer Uyo, as earlier stated, because of the fact that there will be a political rally over there in Uyo. But now they'll be playing in Eket, talking about Aqua United versus Plateau United. Well, from there, we just quickly talk about other stories while we talk about, okay, let's pick this particular call as we are waiting for. Okay, hello, hello. Okay, we lost that call there. Now, let's still continue with the show. While we are still looking at Bende Insurance versus Remo Stars, their performance in the NPFL, let's still look at the matches slated for this weekend, the NPFL, before we move on to the foreign league, where we talk about them in Group A and B. Let's look at those fixtures for you to have a feel of matches that will be played this weekend. We have El Kanemi will be playing. You have Wiki Torres against Doma United, Sunshine against Abia Warriors, Niger Tornadoes against Enugu Rangers, Bayelsa United away to Lobby Stars. You have Dakada versus Rivers United. Those are the matches that will be coming up this weekend. Giving you all those details there. Let's look at the caller that will be giving us his own quota there. Hello. Okay, seems network is not our friend this time around. We'll be waiting for more calls to join us on the show while we wait for your call. Let's quickly look at matches slated for this weekend in the FA Cup, Spanish La Liga, German Bundesliga, Italia Serie A, and also not forgetting French League One. All wrapped in one for you. We'll be right back. Good morning, welcome you on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. Well, at least we've been giving you all those activities in the world of sport, looking at those pictures for this weekend in the FA Cup, not forgetting La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, and also French League, where matches will be coming up in different categories of, well, when it comes to football, a lot of people really love football. Let's not forget what happened between Arsenal and Manchester City. That game where Nathan Ake was to the rescue, he was able to score that goal for them, at least making us Man City right now celebrate for the fact that they were able to do it against Arsenal, when a lot of Arsenal fans were hoping maybe they would defeat Manchester City, but it never happened. Nathan Ake fought hard and with the entire squad. I was talking about Manchester City. They were able to do it, and they got that goal that sent Arsenal packing from the FA Cup right now. Congrats to Guardiola against Mikel Arteta. He actually had his own pound of flesh right now, and for the way it is, Man City are ready to move on again. Let's see if they'll be able to do it in the FA Cup. Arsenal are out from this competition. Let them focus now on the EPL and also Europa. Let's see what they'll be doing. The Gunners are really trying to edge home this particular Premier League this season. They are topping, and they are really fighting hard to see how they can upstage at least this particular Premier League for 2023. From the way it is, Manchester City, they are playing the role of catcher, try to run after Arsenal, who are saying catch us if you can. A tough one for Manchester City, despite all the stats. Well, looking at the FA Cup fourth round fixtures there, Accrington Stanley against Leeds United, you have Fleetwood Town against Sheffield United, Fulham, Sunderland, all we have showcased for you earlier on. Manchester United will be fighting against Reading. Can they do it? This event can always be a very giant killing one. So you have to be very careful not to let smaller teams to upstage you. Well, giving you all those, that's the FA Cup fourth round. Just a brief one on Spanish La Liga. Let's look at it briefly, talking about La Liga there. Cadiz, Mallorca, a big one coming up between the two teams. Real Sociedad, Real Madrid. Madrid, they drew against Atletico Madrid over just 2 days ago, as they were able to win in their own Copa del Rey. And now they will also be fighting hard at the Santiago Bernabeu against Real Sociedad. Real Betis against Getafe will also be coming up quickly. Italian Serie A, just giving you overall. Getafe, talking about Italian Serie A now, Empoli, Torino, Atalanta, Sampdoria, Ademola Lookman. Will he be scoring more? And himself, and talking about Osimhen, they've been on the scoring spree over the Italian Serie A. Juventus against Monza, Empoli, Torino, Napoli against Roma. Big one there. The city of Naples. Will Osimhen be adding more goals to his tally, rather? It is very possible right now between himself and Ademola Lookman, who are really doing well, scoring goals so easy in Italian defensive style of play there. But for Osimhen and Ademola Lookman, they've been opening up the defense and they've been banging in so much goals. Quickly, let's look at, also not forget the fact that German Bundesliga will be coming up this weekend. Matches, Eintracht Frankfurt against Bayern Munich, the only team that always want to win the league there. Schalke 04, but some of the team against FC Cologne. Dortmund will be away to Bayer Leverkusen. Hertha Berlin at home against Union Berlin in a derby. Tough one there. Freiburg against Augsburg, and you have all those matches coming up over there in German Bundesliga. And quickly in France, let's look at French League One. Matches will also be coming up, and we give you all those details earlier on. Nantes against Clermont, where Simon Moses plays straight. You have Lille against OGC Nice, who are really trying to see if they can sign Terem Murphy, who plays for Lorient. PSG will be at home against Reims. Ajaccio will be playing host to Lyon, and you have Clermont playing at home against Nantes. They are giving you all those fixtures in the French League One there. Well, just to let you have a feel of those matches that we play this weekend in Italia, Spanish, not forgetting French League One. Well, even though some people actually join us on the show concerning the NPFL, it's so a pity that the network is not really our friend right now. But before we actually wrap it up, let's quickly run through some transfer story as it happened just today and also before today. Well, Sean Dyche, from the way it is, Sean Dyche is going to be the man that will be taking over the job of Everton. Everton is set to appoint ex-Burnley boss as new manager. Sean Dyche is expected to be named as Everton's new manager, succeeded the sacked Frank Lampard. Marcelo Bielsa actually expressed reservation about taking over in mid-season, and that's why they couldn't take him. But right now, everything is leaning towards Sean Dyche taking over as the manager of Everton. Let's look at his Premier League record while he was at Burnley and all that. Well, so far he played 258 as a coach. He won 72, drawn 68, lost 118. Goal scored while as a coach in Premier League 249. Goal conceded 364. Points per game 1.11. Wow, for that's Sean Dyche, the man that will be, well, announcement is always happening because right now both parties parties right now, they've agreed that he will be taking over over there in Everton. Let's see what he'll be adding as a spark to Everton that plays their matches at Goodison Park. What will be happening concerning Everton, who are not finding it easy right now in the English Premier League? Fahad Moshiri and the entire hierarchy trying to see how they can better the lot of that club who didn't find it easy under Frank Lampard. Let's look at Anthony Gordon. Gordon right now, Newcastle agreed for the £5 million for Gordon. Well, he will be joining them from the way it is. That deal of £45 million has been agreed by Gordon, Newcastle, and also Everton. He will be joining them any moment, and it means Newcastle will be signing the player. Fantastic player. Chelsea wanted him, but one way or the other, the £60 million put on his head actually put Chelsea off. But Everton, rather Newcastle have been able to nip that in the bud. So announcement coming very soon. I'm still looking at some transfer. Chelsea, right now, Chelsea have reached an agreement to sign Lyon's French fullback in the person of Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto is a player of Lyon. The Frenchman will be at least getting about £26.3 million deal. The 19-year-old will be at least from the way it is. He will be remaining with Lyon till the end of the summer. But they've reached an agreement that he will be joining them even after the deal. He will be with Lyon. Well, right now, Chelsea are ready to go for the 19-year-old £26.3 million deal that will be going for Malo Gusto, the Frenchman. Good one. Chelsea are ready to really spend a lot of money buying players, trying to see how they can get the team in the right path before next season. From the way it is, Graham Potter will not have any point to complain at all. A lot of players they were acquired so far. And you look at another one, Southampton, that player St. Mary's right now. They've gone for Ghanaian player in the person of Sulemana. Sulemana is the player. His name is Kamaldeen Sulemana. They have made a £17.5 million bid for Reims player. Reims of France, they are the owner of Kamaldeen Sulemana's contract, but right now he will be moving if everything is settled. Talking about Kamaldeen Sulemana from Ghana, joining them, £17.5 million over there at Southampton. A good addition for Southampton if that really finally see the light of the day. Good one for Sulemana Kamaldeen from Ghana, joining Southampton. Hopefully, he will be able to showcase his talent. And we have Arsenal, the Gunners. The Gunners right now, they've rejected a bid. They don't want that particular player called Lokonga. Lokonga has been with them, but right now, from the way it is, they reject a £7 million bid from Monaco for Belgium's Albert Sambe Lokonga, with the Gunners reluctant to let 23-year-old go while they are light in midfield. They are trying to at least let him stay with them to at least add more power to the midfield of Arsenal. They don't want to sell this player and later regret it, and that's why they are not allowing Lokonga to join Monaco. £7 million bid from Monaco for Lokonga, but right now they are saying no, we won't sell this particular player because of the fact that amount, where aside that amount of money, we are looking at our midfield. We don't want this player to at least move away. And if you look at Arsenal, really, the first 11 is very solid, but do they have bench? If anything happens to the first 11 player, it could be very difficult. That's why Arsenal are very careful right now and not to allow players to actually move away. We've given you a lot of updates concerning transfer stories, talking about Chelsea going for Gusto, not forgetting the likes of Southampton also gunning for Kamaldeen Sulemana of Ghana. Well, from the way it is, Newcastle are ready to splat for the £5 million for Anthony Gordon. Meanwhile, Sean Dyche is the man to take over there in Everton. Announcement imminent soon. All this for you on the show, 360 Sport. And we're giving you matches for this weekend. Bende Insurance versus Remo Stars, the biggest one for this weekend when it comes to the fact that the two teams have been fantastic so far this season. We wait to see what they'll be playing in those matches. More of this that we're giving you earlier on. And as we always say, that sport is business and fitness. Always make sure you do sport. It will add value to your life. I am Adeniyi Ajishafe. Thanks for watching and have a splendid weekend.